Hi, Hector. How you doing?
All good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Been busy this week. I did a lot of work for clients in Switzerland and Spain and Italy, Germany. So I'm glad it's a weekend, but thanks for taking time for us to kind of go through this meeting. So obviously, you know about my security module, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so everything resides in the dashboard, okay?
Yep.
So there's various parts to the dashboard. We have like reports, we have logs, which we have quite extensive logging in the system, like deleted roles, disabled users log, export, restore, etc. We have various batch jobs that go through and perform certain things like collects the security information, disable users not active, etc., etc. But if I start by the security management um, tile, this is where, obviously this is very similar to out of the box solution, but it has some extra functionality. So for example, we have a, delete button. Out of the box, if you click delete, it deletes it. But in our system, you cannot delete roles delivered by Microsoft because they're considered assets. So Microsoft has spent a lot of time and money delivering these roles to clients. So you don't really want to be deleting assets, okay?
Okay.
But what you can do if you have custom roles, so we have this new feature here called custom roles, and we can see the roles that we've created. So we have Super 7 as an example. If we pin that, we can delete it. So out of the box, if you click on delete on a role, it just mark it for deletion. You have no option to undo, no check. But and here, if you say delete, it will first of all check if users have this role assigned. Okay, so if you
Yep.
delete it, it marks it for deletion. Okay, so let's say yes. But then if we go to here, my security module, there's a new feature called undo deletion. Okay. So if we say, okay, undo deletion, that prevents the deletion. It marks it back to be published and pushed back into the system. So you don't lose the work that's been created by your security guys. So I can publish this now, and it pushes it back into the system. Just to let you know, with the way it works, if you delete a role, okay, a custom role, for example, you can only delete custom roles, not out of the
Yep.
box roles from Microsoft. But if you do delete a role which is assigned to users and you do restore it at a future point in time, it will assign that role back to all the users who had that particular role. So that saves a lot of work for us, like a security administrator of D365. Okay.
Yep.
Any questions?
No,
It's quite powerful, those features, yeah?
it sounds great. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. So now if we pin this role here,
Yep.
so out of the box, you have the facility to export roles which have been amended, which is here. But unfortunately, this exports all the roles, not one particular role. So for example, if you spend a lot of time on one of your security guys has spent a lot of time on authoring that role, a particular role, they can only export everything and it makes a mess. Where here you can export only this role. So it's a custom role, it's exported, it's created the physical file. But if we go into, sorry, 1 second. If we go into here and we look at logs, export log, we can see that this role has been exported at this particular date, which is today. So if we go back into here, just to say, for example, we remove this role, So it's mark deletion, and let's actually remove it from the system. So Noah Super 7 will now be physically removed from the system. So if we look in here, you can see it's not there, yeah, in this custom role list. But what we can do is we can restore, because maybe, you know, some of the users or one or more users within the company say, no, we need that role. Well, out of the box with Microsoft, you have no restore facility. Once you remove a role, it's gone. But we can now restore it. So let's just say restore. So it's been successfully imported. And we go back into here and we do a refresh. And now the role is back into the system, waiting to be published. So we can publish it. And that basically promotes that role or pushes that role back into the system. So now if we look at custom roles, we'll see this one here, Noah Super 7. Pretty cool, eh?
That's cool. Yes.
And that actually gives you a lot of power.
Yeah.
So you have deleted roles log. You can actually, you know, restore from a deleted role here as well. We deleted these two roles, but we can restore from here if we wanted to. Okay, so let's just restore that role. Role has been successfully imported. So if we refresh this form, we can see that that role is now ready to be published.
Okay.
So in essence, everything, when you publish a role, when you delete a role, when you restore a role, it's all written to logs. Yeah. So you have exported log, restored roles log. And if you look down here, probably at the bottom, we'll find, okay, so today we've restored this role. So that gives the organization, the company, client, full audit control of what's been restored, what's been deleted, what's been exported, etc. So that's very important. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm here.
Are you okay? You okay, Hector?
Yep. 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 I'm here.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So we have user role assignments. So this shows you for a particular, well, the whole list of users, what roles they have. But we could, for example, filter here and say, for example, norm. So it contains norm. And we can see what roles he has. And funny enough, that is the role that we removed and re-added. So there he is. That's the baby. Okay.
Yeah.
If we go back in here, we have Security Explorer. So the Security Explorer allows you to quickly analyze a role and access. So for example, Arnie, if we explore him, we'll see what roles he has, what privileges he has, what duties he has, and it goes down to the minute level, which is the entry points, etc., etc. So we could then say pin on this guy, and he can continue to digest all the entry points for that particular duty. Yeah.
Right.
And that's pretty powerful because you can't really get this information out of the box from the Microsoft D365 application. If we go to role analysis, I'm going to skip to role analysis for now. We can actually look at a role and look at what it consists of. So, for example, if we say it contains manager as an example, and we go to manager, it will list out all the roles, the role and the privileges, the duties, the entry points, and it'll give you the whole access. So that person, this particular role maintain active, with this privilege on this role has the facility to read, delete, it's full control on this particular permission. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I go back, we have assigned temporary access. So assigned temporary access basically means, for example, one of the users of your system might be on holiday or might be busy on another task or potentially has left the company. So you can assign access to another user for a period of time. So if we select a user, for example, Enel, okay, and then we assign the roles that Enel's going to have. We could base it on a user, so we could base it on whoever we want. So we could say Norm. Okay, Norm. And Norm's got that particular role, so do okay. And basically that assigns that role to the person and gives them access for a default of a month, but you can then override it. Yeah.
Right.
Now, there's a batch job in the system that you can schedule to run, which if, for example, the access, so if the Anno has access to this role up until the 1st of January 2024, the batch job will mark this as role access disabled after that date and physically remove that role from the user, in this case, Anno. So that allows you to quickly, because out of the box, you don't have that facility. So it can be quite cumbersome for a client to have to spend a lot of time, signing roles, etc.
Yeah.
We also have a facility to get information about the entry points. So if I show you the task recorder, so I can call this Noah demo. I'll put today's date 02/12/2023 and start. So this task recorder is out of the box from Microsoft, but what you can do is you can use it to find all the entry points. So if we go to custom roles, show custom roles, you can see it's got a history of what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
And we can say export. So for example, say somebody wanted to have access to the export button, this recorder will allow you to find it. And this is the new button from my module, which is Save Scenario. So if I click on Save Scenario, it shows me the actions that it's gone through, okay? And it gives you exactly where you want to, the permissions required for a particular role for a user. So here there's a button called AX20 2018 export. So this button will export the role. So if they want access to that, then this would allow you to do that. In the second quarter or first or second quarter of next year, I will be adding a facility where you can click a button, provide or enter a role name, and it will create a role with access to all the entry points, which are based on the scenario log. Also, you have load scenario. So load scenario allows you to load a scenario that you've recorded. So for example, if one of your clients in, say, Tokyo is working with the finance person to understand the access required because they need to create a role, he could work with the guy, create a recording, send it to your guy maybe in London or Paris. He can then load the file and it'll give him all this information. And that is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so any questions?
No.
Any questions?
No, everything's clear.
Okay. I'm going to jump now, Aitor, because I've got another call with a guy in New York in about 20 minutes. I need to prepare for.
Okay,
So
great. Thank you.
yeah. Okay. Speak to you soon now.
All right. Speak soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.